Hi there, people. Wish you all a happy Diwali to all my viewers here in India and wherever. We wish you a happy Diwali. It's the Diwali day where they celebrate for peace and prosperity in the coming year. Hope you all have it, peace and prosperity. And let's get to the news today. After 4.5 years, 4.5 years, India to resume patrols in Demchok and Depsang, which is in the eastern Ladakh area. Indian and Chinese troops have completed disengagement and verification, and so the patrolling will begin. There are other areas where there is still agreement to be reached at, so that remains to be seen. And the defense minister Rajnath is going to visit Arunachal Pradesh, that's a state which is bordering China, and it's a state which the Chinese also claim, and they claim that it's part of South Tibet, but of course they aren't going to get it. The resumption of patrolling will come after the two armies on Wednesday completed the phased disengagement and verification process, both physically on the ground as well as through aerial surveillance by drones and satellites, as the two remaining face-off sites in Depsang Plains and the Chardong Nijang Nala track in Demchok. Canada admits to leaking info on Indian officials to US Washington Post. And they said the reason they did that was to counter disinformation. That's the way the Canadian government operates. And they say that the Home Minister had authorized attacks on pro Khalistani elements in, in Canada. So apart from that, we have other local news. Actor Salman Khan and MLA Zishan Siddiqui receive another death threat, along with a demand for 2 crore rupees within hours. Mumbai police tracked down and arrest Bandra resident Azam Mohammed Mustafa. So somebody making a threat against the actor Salman Khan. US mediators are working on a proposal to halt hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah, starting with a 60-day truce, but Israel presses its offensive, ordering residents to evacuate Lebanon's city of Baalbek. And of course, Israelis continue bombing and killing people. Now they're bombing and killing people in Lebanon. So where this is going to end, who knows? The UN Human Rights Commissioner Volker Turk calls for investigations of all recent killings in Bangladesh and highlights the importance of freedom of assembly, expression, and political participation. US President Joe Biden sparks a row as he compares supporters of Republican presidential candidate Trump to garbage. Biden was commenting racist joke a comedian made at Trump rally days earlier, likening Puerto Rico to an island of garbage. So that's some of the news there. We had a laser light show in the city of Ayodhya, and some of it made it to the Guinness Book of World Records. The large number of lights that they had lit up was 25 lakhs. And as they say, as the chief minister said, this is the first after 500 years that Lord Ram is now in his abode for Diwali. The, the Delhi Doon highway, when it's completed, will allow a trip to Dehradun in 2.5 hours and in next year. and they are doing the trials now. Otherwise, the normal time is at least 6 to 7 hours when you go through the towns of Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, etc. Air quality in Delhi is very poor ahead of Diwali, may turn severe if fireworks are unchecked. 72 people have been killed in flash floods in eastern Spain, and it has turned streets into rivers, disrupted rail lines and highways, and killed 72 people in the worst natural disaster to hit the nation in recent memory. What else do we have here? Restaurants in Aero City, which is next to the Indira Gandhi International Airport, will now be allowed to operate on a 24-hour basis. What do we have? Plenty of news here. According to the ex-chief minister, Mr. Kejriwal, the there are anomalies in the Ayushman Bharat program, and he urges the Prime Minister to study Delhi's model adopted across the country, where the amount of compensation is 1 crore rupees and medicine starting at just rupees 5 without conditions in hospital admissions for implementation nationwide. 40 years later, eyes are brimming. Lifelong quest for justice has made families of 1984 anti-Sikh riots living in virtual ghetto, and they're giving into despair, still waiting for justice for people who've been killed in the 1984 riots. And a lady here says that at every step our families had to fight. First, we survived with the support given by gurdwaras and relief camps. Finally, we got these houses. A struggle for compensation was next step. And here, maternal mortality rate in India has fallen from 384 per 1 lakh live births to 103 in 2000. And a lakh plus women are dying every year due to complications related to pregnancy and childbirth. In 2020, this number shrank to 25,200. At least 3 women die every hour in India giving birth. For every woman who dies, 20 more suffer debilitating morbidity. And number one cause of death is complications related to pregnancy. And complications accounting for nearly two-thirds of maternal deaths are severe bleeding after childbirth, infections, high blood pressure. So a lot to go forward in implementing more programs for better health and better childbirth. Rice stock is set to rise to 20-year high of 300 lakh tons by November 1. So the rice stocks with the government is going to touch a record level in the last 2 decades as per records available on its website. So it increases the buffer stock that the country has. Will November 5th be worse than January 6th? Who knows? The American election is very close by. Intimidation in Democratic leaning areas, fake news about illegal immigrants stealing the vote, election officials harassed early voting ballot boxes set on fire. In America's election day looks set for violence. So, and silver is outshining gold for the first time in this festive season. High gold prices dampen demand. Buyers rush for silver. White metal is up by 39%, yellow 31%. And so, usually during this time of the year, it is gold which is in high demand. But I guess because of the high price of gold, some people are going for silver and other stuff like that. Silver sales have shot up to 30.35% this year, despite prices being 40% higher than last Dhanteras. And the Sensex reverses its two-session winning run, and it has lost 427 points, closing at 79,942, with foreign funds continuing to sell Indian stocks. Surprisingly, mid cap and small cap stocks showed good resilience. And the e commerce delivery giant Swiggy may beat full food delivery biz, according to its CEO, as there's a larger market opportunity. And the company is set to launch over 11 crore IPO on November 6th. 11 crores is about $1 billion, a little over $1 billion. We are happy about the timing. It is about our readiness as a company more than anything else. And food delivery business is going to grow and become more profitable. And the Instamart business is going to grow while in, uh, inducing also losses. So anyway, core sector is growth is back in black as cement production leads, and this has led to a while it had contracted earlier to a 42-month low in August. So core sector is again growing. The US economy sees 2.8% growth as consumer spends rise. So it's a robust is growing at a robust pace in the third quarter. Household purchases accelerating ahead of the election, and the federal again ramped up defense spending. Uh, the investment firm Goldman Sachs says India needs to create 10 million jobs a year to maintain its GDP growth of 6.5%. And they suggest a focus include to incentivizing affordable housing development in the construction sector, diversify locations of IT hubs and GCCs to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, and reallocating fiscal incentives towards labor intensive manufacturing sectors. L&T net profit rises 5% to 3.4 crores in September quarter. And then the Suzuki is going to supply Indian SUVs to Toyota. Japan's Suzuki company that controls the country's largest car maker, Maruti, will be supplying its India-made electric to its compatriot Toyota for global markets as the two companies broaden their arrangement beyond sharing of petrol products, which are already doing cross bridging of certain models in India, are now stretching the arrangement to EVs that will help them improve economies of scale. And that is the news for you people. What do we have here? Asia to spend over 20 billion on EVs. And Biocon suffers 16 crore loss in September quarter. And that's it for the news. Have a great day and happy Diwali to all you guys. And keep subscribing to the Aaron Zero Show or Aaron Loco. Thank you.